Shabuya roll call. My name is Brittany.
What? Yeah.
I cheer so strong.
Okay.
So when I shake it, you better bring it on. Shabuya, shabuya, break it down now.
If you grew up watching movies and television in the 2000s, chances are Hayden Panettiere showed up in something you watched. She went from playing the football-obsessed little girl in Remember the Titans to teen movies like Ice Princess and Bring It On, then became the cheerleader everyone was trying to save in Heroes. And just when you thought you knew exactly what kind of actress she was, she gave us Juliette Barnes in Nashville. So today, we're looking back at some of Hayden Panettiere's most memorable movies and TV shows, including a few you might have completely forgotten about. Number 1. Remember the Titans.
But you're still weak on the left side.
We're not weak on the left side. We just gotta work hard on the left side, that's all.
It's not the problem.
What is the problem?
I think it is, but it ain't. It's your
Tell me what the
problem.
One of Hayden Panettiere's earliest memorable movie roles came in Remember the Titans. Set in 1971, the film follows the newly integrated football team at T.C. Williams High School and the difficult relationship between coaches Herman Boone and Bill Yost as they try to bring their players together. Hayden plays Cheryl Yost, Coach Yost's football-obsessed young daughter. And even though she was just a kid, Cheryl had absolutely no problem giving her opinion from the sidelines. And for a movie filled with huge performances from Denzel Washington, Will Patton, and the rest of the team, Hayden still managed to make Cheryl memorable.
Cheryl, don't you want to play with Nikki?
I hate playing with dolls. I'm not playing, I'm accessorized.
Hey, why don't you go accessorize? Don't you want to go accessorize with...
Number 2. Raising Helen.
This is my Aunt Helen.
What is this? What is this?
I thought you wanted to meet my friends.
This is Beezy. He's a DJ.
Then there was Raising Helen, starring Kate Hudson. Helen is living a carefree life in New York and working in the fashion industry when her sister and brother-in-law suddenly die, leaving Helen responsible for their 3 children. Hayden plays Audrey, the oldest of the 3 kids, and naturally, she's also the one who gives Helen some of her biggest parenting problems. Audrey is 15, grieving the loss of her parents and testing boundaries at the exact moment her aunt is trying to figure out how to become a parent practically overnight. It's definitely one of those early Hayden roles people may recognize as soon as they see the clip.
Everything's gonna be okay. Thanks for trying it, Helen, but it's not gonna be okay.
Number 3. Racing Stripes.
Can we keep him, Daddy? Can we please?
Now, this one is pure 2000s childhood nostalgia. Racing Stripes follows a young zebra that gets separated from a traveling circus and is found by former horse trainer Nolan Walsh and his daughter Channing, played by Hayden Panettiere. Channing quickly falls in love with the zebra, names him Stripes, and eventually discovers that Stripes genuinely believes he can become a racehorse. But there's another part of the story. Channing wants to race too, something her father has forbidden since her mother died in a racing accident. So, underneath all the talking animal comedy, Hayden's character actually has her own story about convincing her father to let her pursue something he is terrified of losing her to.
He was great, Dad. You should have seen him.
That was a one-shot deal.
But Dad...
I said no.
Number 4. Ice Princess.
I don't care if you're here. But if you post me on the school website falling on my butt, you better transfer to another school.
The same year, Hayden appeared in another movie that became a huge part of 2000s Disney nostalgia, Ice Princess. Michelle Trachtenberg stars as Casey Carlisle, a brilliant student who begins using physics to study figure skating, only to discover that she actually wants to become a competitive skater herself. Hayden plays Jen Harwood, one of the talented skaters Casey meets at the rink, and the daughter of former champion turned skating coach Tina Harwood. Jen initially looks like the girl who already has everything Casey wants: the talent, the training, and the skating career. But her story also shows that being pushed towards someone else's dream isn't necessarily the same as wanting it for yourself.
In practice, do you hear me?
But I never get to see him. Every other girl I know...
You're not like the other girls, Jennifer. Winners make sacrifices.
Maybe they just cheat.
Number 5. Bring It On. All or Nothing.
Now you can start.
And then we got one of Hayden's most unapologetically 2000s movies, Bring It On, All or Nothing. Hayden plays Brittany Allen, the popular cheer captain at wealthy Pacific Vista High who seems to have the perfect teenage life. That changes when her family moves to working-class Crenshaw Heights and Brittany has to transfer schools. There she meets Camille, played by Solange Knowles, and eventually earns a place on Crenshaw's cheerleading squad. The problem? They end up competing against Brittany's old team for the chance to perform with Rihanna. It's basically peak 2006. Hayden Panettiere, Solange, Rihanna, cheerleading rivalries, and enough low-rise fashion to instantly tell you what decade you're in.
Better bring it on. Shabuya! Shabuya! Break it down now.
Number 6. Heroes.
Help last time I made a tape. But this time it's different. Because I'm starting to wonder if I'm even human anymore. Because if you can't feel anything, do you still have a soul? Will I live forever?
But 2006 was also the year Hayden Panettiere landed the role that made her a television star. In Heroes, ordinary people around the world begin discovering that they have extraordinary abilities. Hayden plays Claire Bennet, a high school cheerleader who discovers that her body can rapidly regenerate, allowing her to recover from injuries that should be fatal. And Claire wasn't just another character in the ensemble. The entire first season helped turn Save the Cheerleader, Save the World into one of the show's defining ideas. It was probably the first time a huge television audience stopped seeing Hayden simply as the girl from those family and team movies. Claire Bennet made her one of the most recognizable young stars on television.
I've got the Bishop game next week, SATs in October, homecoming's 3 weeks from today, and I'm a freak show.
You're being a little dramatic, don't you think?
No, I don't think. I have busted like every bone in my body, just a 2-foot steel rod through my neck, and I don't have a scratch on me.
Number 7. I Love You, Beth Cooper.
Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius.
So hot.
I can imagine.
By 2009, Hayden was firmly in leading lady territory with I Love You, Beth Cooper. Paul Rust plays Dennis Cooverman, the nerdy high school valedictorian who uses his graduation speech to publicly announce that he's in love with Beth Cooper, the most popular girl in school. And of course, Beth is Hayden. Instead of simply ignoring him, Beth unexpectedly shows up at his house afterward. And what follows is basically one chaotic night in which Dennis gets to know the real girl behind the high school fantasy he's created in his head. The movie itself wasn't exactly a critical favorite, but if you were watching teen comedies around this time, this is another Hayden Panettiere role that's hard to separate from that era.
Don't be shy.
Oh.
Still love me?
Number 8. Scream 4.
That's not Trevor.
Well, then who are you?
Open the closet door.
You do know there are cops all over this house.
I think I'd have just enough time to slice someone open.
I'll talk to him.
Then Hayden stepped into horror with Scream 4. Sidney Prescott returns to Woodsboro years after the original murders, only for a new Ghostface killing spree to begin. Hayden plays Kirby Reed, one of Sidney's cousin Jill's friends. And unlike your stereotypical horror movie teenager, Kirby actually knows horror movies. She's sarcastic, confident, obsessed with scary movie trivia, and very aware of the rules and cliches these characters are dealing with. And that personality is a huge reason Kirby became such a fan favorite. Even though Scream 4 introduced an entirely new group of younger characters, Kirby was the one people kept talking about long after the movie ended.
Oh, that was me. I have powers.
Number 9. Nashville.
I have a slight problem. I have to be on stage in 5 minutes, and I'm short a guitar player. Anybody.
And then came what might be Hayden Panettiere's strongest dramatic role, Juliette Barnes in Nashville. The series begins with established country superstar Raina James facing pressure to reinvent herself as a younger generation of artists begins taking over. And right at the center of that new generation is Juliette. She's young, ambitious, successful, and determined to stay on top. But underneath the attitude is someone carrying a very complicated past. Over 6 seasons, Juliette goes through career highs and lows, complicated relationships, marriage, motherhood, and some incredibly difficult personal struggles. And Hayden also got to show another side of herself because she actually performed Juliette's songs. If Heroes made Hayden Panettiere a television star, Nashville showed just how much range she had.
When you left a hole in the world where the rain gets in, probably never gonna be the same again, yeah.
Number 10. Scream 6.
Special Agent Kirby Reed, FBI. I work out of the Atlanta office.
You lost.
Here, 2 Vics were residents of my city before they moved here for college. I have been investigating their online activity for the past few months.
More than a decade after Scream 4, fans finally got something they had wanted for years. Kirby Reed was back. Scream 6 follows the surviving characters from the previous film as they leave Woodsboro for New York City, only for another Ghostface killer to start hunting them. And when Kirby reappears, she's definitely not the same teenager we met in 2011. She's now an FBI special agent who comes to New York to help investigate the Ghostface killings. It was especially satisfying because Scream 4 had originally left Kirby's fate uncertain. So bringing Hayden back wasn't just another cameo. It finally allowed one of the franchise's most popular characters to return as a survivor.
Is this the mask he was wearing when he attacked you? No.
So he's leaving them on purpose.
Which means whoever's doing this is a student of the killers who came before. Maybe he believes Sam's the latest in a long line.
Looking back at Hayden Panettiere's career really shows just how many different eras of movies and television she was part of. Which Hayden Panettiere movie or TV role do you remember most? Drop yours in the comments. And if this video brought back some memories, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who grew up watching these movies and shows.